All right, we are rolling. So whenever you're ready, just introduce yourself and then we'll chat from there.
Hi, my name's Shawn. I'm born and raised in Oshawa here.
All right, and what brought you to the tent today, Shawn?
Well, I have my picture of my dad and my best friend. They died a couple of years ago. Last year was my dad, and then 2 years ago was my buddy French. He used to come here, and we had a lot of good times and stuff. So, but other than that, yeah, I really miss him.
Good, how are you? Tell me about your dad and your friend.
My buddy French, uh, I was a good friend with him for at least it was a decade. And then he died, I think it was 2019, May 7th. And yeah, it was hard.
No worries.
It's hard finding good friends. One in a million. But I think I'm doing a bit better. It's just try not to be depressed, but it's like try not to think of it. The next year my dad died, and that's a lot. I got my mom and my stepdad who always helped me out. I'm happy they're still alive. My mom went through cancer, so I'm very happy. She's a survivor, so trying not to be depressed, but it's just really hard sometimes.
It's a lot.
Missing my dad and one of my best friends. So. But I think I'm doing a bit better. I don't live on the street. I come around here because I'm poor, but and I've been coming here for a long time, so it's just I've seen a lot of stuff. The most thing that I want to talk about is doing dope and people dying from it. Mostly fentanyl, and it's cut with a lot of stuff. So a little too much there. But yeah, that's how my dad and my buddy died. They
Fentanyl?
OD'd, yeah. I've known more than enough people, even just acquaintances that just died from. It's been a lot of this fentanyl stuff lately, so my dad was off dope for like 7 months, and then he did one, and it just killed him. So it's a lot to take in.
What's your background with drugs? Like, what
Oh,
was
I'd be
your
like a
use?
psychonaut. I love my hallucinogenics, and I just love giving her sometimes. But I had to give up the booze, and I quit alcohol. So that's what I've been working on. It's hard sometimes, but the alcohol always gives me problems. So I gave it up, which is really hard, but I'm trying my hardest, and I like to sew and stuff, so I do sewing, and I got I come around here when it's more winter, and I have like a patch jacket over like 120 patches on it, so trying to be a little bit more not depressed, but sometimes it's hard when
What kind of things?
I'm happy I have my own place though. I'm very grateful. So just been through a lot of stuff, and just the world doesn't feel the same. But like I said, I got lucky with my mom coming through with the cancer, so she beat it, and that's very good. But I'm trying to be a bit more positive, but I was always a negative person, so it's just hard for me. I'm getting older, so
What are some of the things you do to be positive and to keep away from drinking?
don't go down to Midtown and hang out. That's the number one.
What would happen if you did that?
All the, I used to go down there and get drunk all the time, and then get doing drugs and stuff. So it's just not a good thing. So if you avoid the people, it works out. Like I said, I think I'm like a month, almost 2 months clean, so of alcohol. So,
Wow.
but I'm a pothead for life. So,
Yeah.
but the pot's helped me. It's done a lot for me. It's helped me over the years, all the time. It's always been there for me. It's never left me. That was my first tattoo right there. It's from like the end of 2007. I think it still has color for
Yeah,
being
yeah.
from that old, you know. But yeah, I got a lot of tattoos, and this was my second one.
Oh yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, my dad was still alive. He was really good at doing the tattoos, the guy that did it, and I thought he did an amazing job, and this was done right after the weed one. So for shading and stuff, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
And the last tattoo I got was this one for my buddy Frontier. It's right on the bottom there. So, but yeah, it was R.I.P. Frenchie there. I'm gonna be working on to get an R.I.P. one for my dad, but yeah, it's just a lot going on. But like I said, trying to be a bit more positive. My mom wants me to try meditation, which I haven't got around to yet, but I eventually will. But it just sucks sometimes. Sometimes I just want to live in the past. So it's
What would you say your greatest challenge is right now?
just keeping sober and, keeping my life going good and being able to see my kids. So that's number one. It's just a lot of this COVID stuff and just builds up. So, and like I said, I've seen a lot of stuff on the streets here. It's definitely people dying, ODing. That's the main thing I'm here for, is awareness. If people already are not aware, which they should be, because like I said, people are out here dying all the time. So it's just sad. You can't save everyone. So
What I mean, this is something common that I'm hearing from a lot of people about the fentanyl, about the drug, and it's just getting worse. Like,
I've never had it in my weed. There was this thing a couple years in the Toronto Star or the Toronto Sun. They said there was weed in it, laced with it. It probably could be, but I've never had it. I've been smoking weed over 20 years, so. But you just never know. You just never know with putting fentanyl in almost everything. But I've never dealt with that in my weed, so. All the world comes down to is money. So if you don't got money, you're nothing. You can have a voice, but you need more than one. So, it's just the way things go.
do you have hope?
I try to, but I don't know. Sometimes I get depressed. Just like I said, it can be depressing. Like even coming around here, even in the last year, 2 years, extra more homeless around here than there used to be. So it's just, and like I said, they don't want to do anything about it over there.
Over where?
The place over there, I think it's City Hall there. It's right over on the other side. It's literally right there. And yeah, they just don't care. They just want to sweep it under the rug and keep going. Well, it just builds up. So, and then all they want to do is just send security. So there's more security around here than cops. So.
And what do those situations look like?
Oh, I never have any problems, but other people definitely do. Just lying around, leaving the garbage and stuff. I can understand why people are being angry, but they're poor, they're junkies. What can you do? And everyone looks down upon you, so always judged. That's how I usually feel. So I don't know. I just don't feel like I fit in with. I got my own style and. I just never fit in school, and I wish I should have brought the thing, but it's way too hot.
What's that?
But my hoodie thing, it's my work of art. Yeah, I don't have a picture or anything of it, but I wish I did. I should have took one. But anyways, if you're back here when it's around the winter, you'll see me wearing it. I've been patching up the sleeves now. Like I said, there's over 120 patches on it. I counted almost over 100. So, and kept going with it. So every different patch you can think of. I've been thinking of trying to make my own patches with the help of my aunt. So my aunt helps me out a lot too. So that's very nice of her. So yeah, I'm just trying to be positive, doing the sewing stuff, and I love to watch movies and that kind of stuff. But other than that, back to the people dying on the fentanyl, yeah, it's just going to keep happening, and I don't really think anything will happen about it, like until there's like a big boil up of it. But
What do you know for sure from your own experience, from your own lens?
what do I know? What to be true? Don't be a prick. He'll bite you in the ass 'cause karma's a bitch. And that's what I learned, and that's all I really got to say about that, because I've seen it a lot too, and I've had it happen. So I try to be a bit more understanding of other people. Sometimes I'm not, but and try not to judge too much. But like I said, I'm always judged by just the way I look. So yeah, karma's a bitch, and it is true. If people don't believe that, it is true.
And one other question, just because you were talking about your dad and your friend, are you familiar with the memorial that was set up?
Oh yeah, that was pretty big because everyone was talking about it a couple months ago, and I was down there recording, and I did a couple videos on the memorial, and then I went down there and did a video to say it was all gone, and it really, not just me, it's everyone else that was there in the memorial that just got plowed over. I thought that was so disrespectful. If you couldn't get any more disrespectful, just being like, oh, I don't give a fuck about them, let's just bulldoze it. And it just made me really sad and made me angry, actually, more than sad. It was just, and I wasn't the only one. People were very angry about it. So I don't know if they put a new one there. I'm pretty sure they didn't, but they're trying to get something going. So I've been over there since the incident, but yeah, that was a terrible incident, because everyone was talking about that, obviously, because everyone around here knows someone that's died from drugs.
What do you hope we can do with these stories?
Just have people listen to them, put them online, and yeah, so people know the struggles.